Hello, this is Dr. Rhoberta Shaler, the Relationship Help Doctor. I want to talk to you today about passive-aggressive people because they're really a problem, and it's a problem that just keeps on giving, and I want to help you understand how to identify that kind of behavior. Now, sorry guys, but it's much more common in men. It shows up much more commonly because you tend to be just a little clumsy with it, a little overbearing, a little difficult, and women tend to have a little more finesse, a few more diplomatic moments. So we're really talking about passive-aggressive behavior in men and women, but it'll probably apply to a few more men. So one of the things we know is that passive-aggressive behavior really fractures relationships that could be good. They just slowly erode the goodness and leave the person who is not passive-aggressive feeling a bit cut off at the knees and uncertain. And in my terms, I think that's crazy-making. So I did write an ebook called Stop, That's Crazy-Making, How to Quit the Passive-Aggressive Game. And you can find it on my website at relationshiphelpdoctor.com. So let's just talk about what these attributes are. What's really going on? A passive-aggressive person is way more promise and way less delivery. It's highly unlikely they'll do what they say. Also, passive-aggressive men think that personal relationships are competitive. They're a struggle for power. And they behave that way, not wanting to give an inch, never wanting to be the one who might be in a losing position or in a less than optimal position. So they see it as a struggle and they behave as though it's a struggle. And the women have to teach them that it's not. And that's why you often need professional help when we're dealing with passive-aggressive behavior, because the person with the passive-aggressive behavior, we have to have compassion for. They learned that somewhere in their life. Now they need to learn some new skills to create a relationship that would bring them a lot more happiness and peace too. Not just to the troubled spouse, but to the passive-aggressive person as well. Because passive-aggressive people don't say what they actually mean. So let's just take an example, a story that might work for you. A wife asks her husband, would you pick up the dry cleaning on Saturday because it's going to close before I can get there and we really need things for Sunday. So would you pick them up? Passive-aggressive husband says, well, sure, I'll pick them up. Wife, having been through this before, says, okay, you're really sure that you understand I can't do it and you're agreeing to do it, so that's okay? Absolutely, no problem. So the wife comes home on Saturday, says, where's the dry cleaning? Passive-aggressive husband says, don't you think I have anything else to do or anything better to do than to do your errands for you? That's passive aggression. Does that sound familiar? Somehow they couldn't tell you in the beginning that they did not want to do it because they didn't want to have the conflict then. So they say yes, then they postpone the conflict. Then when you ask if they've fulfilled their promise to you, they make it your fault that they haven't. That's classical passive-aggressive behavior. Other things that fall in that category are lots of excuses, frequent lying, lots of procrastination. They just happen to be late a lot. They forget to do things. All of these things are signs that there is a passive-aggressive person in this relationship. So if you want to check to see if it's actually the case in your relationship, I made it easy for you. You can go to passiveaggressivechecklist.com and you can take the free checklist. That will help you understand what it is that you are experiencing. And if it's passive aggression, there is a second checklist it will flip you over to so you can learn even more. So again, I'm Dr. Rhoberta Shaler, the Relationship Help Doctor, helping you understand passive-aggressive behavior.